But lately, for me, I just remember his old golden days while he was in detention, fighting for freedom of speech and the freedom of expression for the citizens and any person in the country, which opened the democracy of this country. So that is what I remember from the best he did for this country. Thank you.
I'm actually a Kenyan South Sudanese. And in 2019, 2020, when Ruto, no, not Ruto, when Uhunye was still president, there was this thing that had happened where Kenyans walikuwa wameanza kuweka xenophobia sana in the country, where they were really trying to get South Sudanese out, labda wanawaua, wanafanya nini. Raila came through. He came through and he spoke up and he went to the country and he told them, you guys are people. No one is chasing you away. Whatever is happening, I'm going to go handle that. And he did. That stopped. That was one of the realest things that happened. The second thing I remember him for was the referendum that happened to change the laws in Kenya, because the democracy that we are enjoying right now, Baka Gen Z are going out to for maandamano. It's all his
Mabadi.
work. Yeah, it's all his. It's a foundation that he laid for the young generation. He's always been thinking about the young generation, the younger kids. And personally, it's something I have learned from him. I operate that way too. I'm always pro kids, pro young, pro next generation. Like our kubwa jipange, but the younger kids, if you don't lay foundation for them, watapotea. I remember him for that, and he's a great guy. He's very resilient. No matter what people threw at him, or even his counterparts, or even normal citizens, he's still stuck by his philosophy, and that's what made him a great person.
I would like to take this chance and recognize him as a statesman who has really fought for our country. He has fought for the revolution that you are seeing now. He has fought for the constitution, the same constitution that we are using, that has given us the pleasure of even having this podcast that we can discuss these issues, that we can talk about that now you have the freedom to talk about anything. You can come here and say about what happened in 80s. I think if you were there at that time, you could not even try to speak about something that had happened in the past. So we have really lost. I think that one is just a small peek in the nutshell. I was trying just to give a short brief, but also I can add he also helped us in 2002 when we were removing the dictatorship of President Moye, and he really came through. Some
Yeah, for those who know me personally, I've been a huge Baba supporter for the past how many years? Since
All your
I
life.
yeah, basically all my life I've been a huge Baba supporter, and even though I'm coming from a community that really didn't like him after 2007, but all along I've been following him, liking his way of politics. He's one courageous man, and I think one thing I will always I'll always remember him for was his resilience. People talk about his failures because he has failed, especially the presidential contest severally. But one thing they don't acknowledge is that although he fails, he still had the resilience to come back, and every time it looked like he is winning because of his support of his huge following. And maybe we we know this. He won one or two elections, I'm sure, especially the 2007 one, and which is a sensitive topic to talk about. Uh, but he's a resilient man. He was tortured in the 80s, but still that did dampen his mood. He always wanted to lead Kenya, and yeah, he's passing away. Sad, man. And I know everyone is everyone at some point supported Baba, regardless of their political affiliation currently. If you are in UDA, means you love Ruto. 2007, you're supporting Raila. Uh, he has worked with every candidate. He's worked with Uhuru as well. Uh, Even coming to the election in 2022, the handshake. I think everyone was that loved Uhuru was in agreement of that handshake.
for a very long, long time. But sometimes he has let me down, and that is human nature. But most of the time, I think Raila has been consistent, and he has dedicated his life to freedom and democracy and justice to the voiceless in Kenya, and that is why Raila is going to be missed by many people, including those who didn't like some of his ideology. Uh, but all in all, the spirit of Raila Odinga will still live on. His dream is amongst many in our society, and his greatest legacy is still living in us, and we will keep on fighting. And hopefully, we will pass the torch to you, younger generation, so that you can understand the freedoms and the liberations that we want in our country, especially for those who have not voted. I would like you to participate in the process and on that table where people make decisions. And if you have not made any decision, know that your vote is very, very important. And that is why it is as much as you participate in football, you also need to participate in politics, because politics is your school, politics is your road, politics is your water, politics is for your friend who is jobless. So if you play good politics, then we'll have a good country. I think Raila has finished his race, and may his soul rest in eternal peace. And my condolence to the family, to his friends, both in Kenya and internationally, and to those who are in the ODM fraternity. I know they will miss Baba so much, and so many people are dependent on Raila Odinga, both politically and socially.